I'm at the beautiful dive site of Android 1 in Bonaire. Bonaire is probably one of the most fantastic dive destinations in the entire Caribbean, if not the world. But in 1998, this was an entirely different place. There were no houses here, and the coral would extend from the shore all the way out to the wall, up to the surface. And the only way that divers could get out there was an effort by Captain Don Stewart to create channels in the coral that would take you out to the wall. They would call these reef windows. And we would come out here at night and put a strobe in the window just so that we could find the entrance, and we would wade into the channel, and all of a sudden as you're wading in, the coral would rise above your head all the way to the surface, and it's like you were swimming down this corridor that was full of 4 and 5 kilogram lobsters, squid, channel morays, just tons of fish. One of the most healthy reefs you had ever seen. But then came Hurricane Lenny. In November 1999, Hurricane Lenny took an unusual west to east track, bisecting the Caribbean basin and passing approximately 200 miles north of Bonaire. The leeward shore was pounded for 24 hours by heavy 3 to 6 meter waves, even though the storm was centered far to the west. Reef damage surveys following the storm documented occurrence of toppling, fragmentation, tissue damage, bleaching, and smothering due to the storm. Reefs were severely damaged along the westward-facing shore. At the most severely damaged sites, massive coral colonies 2 to 3 meters high, older than 100 years, were toppled or overturned. Smaller corals were broken loose and tumbled across the shallow reef platform and either deposited on the shore or dropped onto the deeper fore-reef slope. Branching and plating growth forms suffered more damage than massive species. Large colonies experienced greater damage than smaller colonies. Even today, we can see remnants of the staghorn and elkhorn coral piled at the entrance of the dive sites. This aerial shot was taken of an area just north of Boca Slagby not long after Lenny. The white areas are large piles of broken coral. This is a picture I took of the same location in 2006 while traveling through Washington's Slagby National Park. We traveled to Raja Ampat to find out if the dream coral we had found on Bonaire existed. People have asked us what it was like to dive Bonaire before Hurricane Lenny. Bonaire is one of the best diving destinations on the planet, yet it is nothing like before Lenny. You can describe hard coral like this to new divers, but unless they see it, it is hard to believe that it was real. Nature took it away. So far, we have not seen hard coral like that in and around Mosul. Our hope was that we might find it in Northern Raja Ampat. With the setting sun, our journey would now take us north to the dive sites of Melissa's Garden and the Keruo Channel, just east of Penemu Island. Looking out over the bow, I was unaware that an injury I would receive would cut our search short. The question is, would we find what we were looking for before that would happen? Our first stop would be Melissa's Garden, where 3 small islands form a protected semicircle. This semicircle was said to contain a shallow platform thick with delicate Montipora and Acropora corals, some like staghorn coral in Bonaire. We rolled over the side and began our search. Our first look at the reef was not promising. As we swam a little farther, the coral became more diverse and larger. We had not yet seen the coral we were looking for.
A rich staghorn field. Things are looking up. And now more varieties of coral. This is starting to look good. Could this be the place we've been looking for? What is on the other side of that rise? Wow. This is the staghorn forest I remember, spreading as far as the eye can see. There are so many fish. The reef takes on the life of a busy metropolis. With each movement, the reef appears to breathe. This is the most beautiful home to clownfish I have ever seen. Melissa's garden has the richness of Bonaire's coral we thought was lost, but with Raja Ampat's unique diversity. Our next dive was at Keruo Channel. We would start on the right side of this map. We will then drift at high speed along the wall and come up out of the current onto the sloping reef. We will finish our dive at the top of the reef. The first thing we see are two ribbon sweetlips. And then a batfish.
Sometimes I pass by an island, there's nothing.
And then we are off and running.
I move on as the wind blows, hoping to wash up on that shore, and the sand will hold me. Blue, the water and sky, reflection in my eye, and it's true, so true, that my life is a she shy. Is a she shy. Is a she shy. Is a seaside. Running from the dark clouds and hard rain. I miss miss you, your colors. I feel like I'm going under. I'm coasting on a riptide, thinking about your love every day and night. I can't sleep when you're gone. Ooh, the water and sky, reflection in my eye, and it's true, so true, that my life is a seaside, is a seaside, is a seaside, is a seaside. Water and sky, the water and sky, blue, blue.
What a beautiful dive, and my last one for this trip.
Well, here I am sitting on the Raja Ampat aggressor, and my diving got cut short yesterday. I was walking down the stairs to the skip, and my leg slipped out from underneath me and dislocated my kneecap. So diving is done for the rest of the trip, and I will say this about the Raja Ampat team here: they've been absolutely fabulous on the aggressor. And what they did is they made me a new crutch, which I can see if you can see this. Okay, it's made out of, it looks like teak wood. It's quite long, but it fits me, and it even has padding here in the handle. And this thing is built to withstand a hurricane. It is really built incredibly strong. I think it looks like teak wood, but I'm not sure. But anyways, my hat's off to the people here. They're absolutely wonderful.
Not only did they make a ladder, but they also made a splint out of wood, duct tape, and towels. Then, 2 weeks after we returned to Bonaire, Doreen broke her leg at a dive site. This is us at Physical Therapy. Dive buddies stick together. In our next episode, we will return to Bonaire and show you how to choose and prepare a car to use in a diver's paradise. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like it and hit the subscribe button to see more on this channel.